internet culture.
Imagine waking up from a 20-year sleep. You turn on your phone. Within minutes, you encounter words like NPC, Riz, Delulu, based, mid, brain rot, cooked, aura, goat, and no cap. None of these words appear to follow the rules you once knew. Some have entirely new meanings. Others are jokes that somehow became part of everyday conversation. You begin to wonder whether the language has changed, or whether the people speaking it have. The answer is both. Language has never been a fixed system. It is alive. It adapts to every generation, every culture, every technological revolution. What makes the digital age different is not that language evolves. It is the astonishing speed at which that evolution now occurs. For thousands of years, languages transformed gradually. A word might change meaning over centuries. Regional dialects formed because people were separated by mountains, oceans, or borders. Today, millions of people share the same linguistic innovations within hours. The internet has compressed centuries of linguistic evolution into viral moments. And with every new phrase, something deeper may also be changing. Not just how we communicate, but how we think. Linguists have long debated an intriguing idea known as linguistic relativity. The theory suggests that the language we use can influence the way we perceive reality. It doesn't imprison thought, but it provides the mental framework through which we organize experience. If that's true, then what happens when language evolves faster than ever before? What happens when entirely new vocabularies emerge inside digital spaces? Consider the word viral. A century ago, it referred almost exclusively to disease. Today, it immediately evokes videos, memes, trends, and online popularity. The word didn't merely gain another definition. It transformed how we conceptualize information itself. Ideas no longer simply spread. They infect. Language quietly rewrites perception. The same phenomenon appears everywhere online. The word ratio once belonged primarily to mathematics. Now, on social media, it often symbolizes public disagreement or social rejection. The word ghosting transformed from something supernatural into a description of abruptly ending communication. Catfish stopped being just a fish. It became an entirely new social behavior. Each new meaning creates a shortcut for understanding increasingly complex digital experiences. Memetic slang takes this process even further. Unlike traditional slang, which often emerges within specific regions or communities, memetic slang spreads through imitation. One person says it, a creator repeats it, millions copy it, algorithms amplify it. Within days, an entirely new expression becomes common knowledge. The internet doesn't simply accelerate communication. It accelerates linguistic natural selection. The phrases that survive aren't necessarily the most grammatically elegant. They are the ones most easily remembered, most emotionally expressive, most adaptable, and most shareable. Language begins evolving according to the same logic as viral content. Some expressions disappear after a week. Others become permanent. What's fascinating is how these phrases compress surprisingly complicated ideas into remarkably efficient mental shortcuts. Take the phrase, main character. Two simple words instantly communicate an entire pattern of behavior involving self-perception, confidence, performance, and social identity. Brain rot communicates obsessive exposure to online content that reshapes thought and humor. Touch grass isn't literally about grass. It's an entire cultural critique of excessive internet immersion. One short phrase replaces paragraphs of explanation. Language becomes compressed cognition. This compression has advantages. Communication becomes faster. Shared understanding develops almost instantly among those familiar with the vocabulary. Communities strengthen through common language. Inside jokes become cultural markers. Belonging becomes linguistic. But every shortcut carries a trade-off. The more we rely on simplified labels, the more complex realities risk becoming flattened. Calling someone an NPC may instantly communicate a perception of conformity, but it also reduces an enormously complicated human being into a single digital archetype. Language simplifies reality, sometimes too much. Memes themselves function almost like miniature languages. A single reaction image can communicate sarcasm, irony, admiration, disbelief, embarrassment, or existential exhaustion without a single sentence. Visual communication increasingly merges with verbal communication. GIFs replace paragraphs. Emojis modify emotional meaning. Images become grammar. The internet is quietly inventing a hybrid language composed of words, pictures, sounds, and references. Understanding modern communication increasingly requires cultural fluency rather than traditional literacy alone. Artificial intelligence adds another extraordinary layer to this transformation. Language models generate text that resembles human conversation. Translation happens instantly. New expressions spread globally before dictionaries even recognize them. AI also learns from us. It absorbs internet slang, repeats it, refines it, and sometimes helps spread it even further. For the first time in history, language is evolving through collaboration not only among billions of humans, but between humans and machines. This raises fascinating questions. If AI increasingly participates in language creation, who becomes the author of linguistic change? The crowd? The algorithm? Or both together? Perhaps the most profound effect of digital language isn't vocabulary itself. It's speed. Conversations have become shorter. Responses have become quicker. Thoughts become optimized for immediate recognition. A clever phrase often outcompetes a nuanced explanation. A meme frequently spreads further than an essay. Complexity increasingly competes with efficiency, and efficiency often wins. This influences attention. The brain gradually adapts to information delivered in compressed forms. We begin expecting ideas to arrive faster. Summaries replace books. Captions replace conversations. Headlines replace analysis. Language evolves toward maximum informational density. Yet human understanding still requires time. There are thoughts that cannot be compressed. Emotions that resist abbreviations. Ideas that demand patience. The greatest philosophical works in history didn't become meaningful because they were short. They became meaningful because they allowed complexity to unfold. The digital age often asks the opposite. Can complexity fit into 15 seconds? Can an argument become a meme? Can wisdom become a caption? Sometimes it can, often it cannot. None of this means linguistic evolution is something to fear. Every generation has invented new expressions. Shakespeare himself introduced hundreds of words into English. Languages survive precisely because they change. Without change, language dies. Digital slang reflects remarkable creativity. It demonstrates humanity's endless ability to adapt communication to new environments. The internet isn't destroying language. It's conducting the largest linguistic experiment civilization has ever witnessed. Billions of people continuously inventing, borrowing, altering, and remixing expressions in real time. Future linguists may study today's memes the way modern scholars analyze ancient inscriptions. Not because every phrase endures, but because every phrase reveals something about the culture that created it. Language has always shaped civilization. Now civilization is reshaping language at the speed of the algorithm. Every viral phrase subtly reorganizes how we categorize the world. Every meme teaches new patterns of association. Every trending expression offers another lens through which reality can be interpreted. The words we choose do more than describe the world. They quietly construct it. And in virtual spaces, where language evolves faster than any society has ever experienced before, the most profound transformation may not be happening to our dictionaries. It may be happening inside our minds. Because every new way of speaking eventually becomes a new way of thinking, and every new way of thinking slowly becomes a new way of seeing reality.